So today, I'm going to be ranking the 13 most powerful beings that the MCU has ever seen. But before we're doing that, we have to talk about some honorable mentions because, well, I kind of forgot about them. All right. um, so they're Captain Marvel. We know what she can do. Thor, we've seen him several times. Khonshu and the other gods, and Moon Knight as well as Thor: Love and Thunder that we've seen. They're gods. We know they're powerful. We don't know how powerful, but we know they're powerful. Uh, Gore, I think it's fair enough. Being able to fight against Thor, pretty impressive. And then Supreme Doctor Strange. He should have been on this list. I just forgot about him, and I'm sorry. But anyways, let's move on to number 13. And that is Hela. She was the Asgardian goddess of death. So yeah, she was immensely powerful. Strong enough to fight against Odin and overpower Thor with just one hand. Withstood Thor's biggest lightning blast just fine, and instantly healed after being impaled by Odin's spear Gungnir, one of the most powerful weapons in the Nine Realms. Her ability to just spam throw swords was almost broken. It was broken on a physical level. This allowed her to wipe out the Valkyrie as well as the entire Asgardian army single-handedly. She was an incredibly skilled warrior, and she even destroyed Mjolnir in the palm of her freaking hand with ease. She wasn't even trying, dude. And then she was only killed when Surtur destroyed Asgard. It took Asgard being destroyed, an entire realm being destroyed, just to kill her. Next, at number 12, King the Conqueror. One of several deviants of Nathaniel Richards, this king was casted out by the others because of his conquering goals and ambitions. What made him so powerful was his advanced technology far more powerful than anything found in Stark Industries or in Wakanda. His energy blasts literally vaporized people, and his force fields temporarily held back an entire colony of giant super ants. He even easily took hits from Giant Man and just shook them off like they were nothing. He's literally defeated several King variants and killed several versions of the Avengers. He's killed several versions of Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain Marvel, etc. He has conquered several universes, killing hundreds of trillions of people in the process. He was a true conqueror, but he himself wasn't innately powerful, just his tech and his mind, which is why he's so low on the list. And similarly, at number 11, He Who Remains. This guy was another variant of Nathaniel Richards from the 31st century. He was a scientist and was the first variant to come in contact with other variants. He ended the multiversal Kang War, right? By harnessing the powers of Alioth and killing all his other variants. He founded and ruled the Time Variance Authority, the TVA, to preserve the sacred timeline and to prevent the return of his variants. Alioth is what made him so powerful, this giant beastie cloud thing, right, like you see right here. He's lived millions of lifetimes, but his main power was that he was literally writing the script for the sacred timeline. Kind of like Chuck in Supernatural. He was the author of the universe, or of the timeline. He knew every little thing that was going to happen up until his death. Not to mention his own life is what kept his variants like Kang the Conqueror away from the sacred timeline. Just like Kang, though, he himself isn't innately powerful. He needs Alioth, or whatever his name is, to make him powerful. But I do believe he deserves to be on this list. His death literally set in motion the future of the MCU as of now. But moving on to number 10. And that is Odin, the Asgardian god of wisdom, and he was king of Asgard for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. While wielding Gungnir, one of the most powerful weapons in the universe, and with Hela and his army at his side, he conquered several realms and ruled them with an iron fist. We know he defeated the Dark Elves, Hela on 2 separate occasions, and we know he did beat Surtur to stop Ragnarok. We know he was an extremely experienced and skillful warrior, and he was proficient in magic, seeing that he enchanted Mjolnir, and he was able to break out of Loki's spell. Hell, his mere powerful existence is what kept Hela locked up and away. She only was able to come out after his death. He was very powerful, uh, but we don't know how the size of what Surtur was when he defeated him, which is why I put him below Surtur, because we don't know if he was weakened or if he had the internal flame at the time. We just know he beat Surtur at one point in time. And at number 9, Ego. He was a celestial that was literally a living planet with a humanoid extension of himself. And at the core of his planet, or himself, is a brain-like organ. Destroying this was the only way to kill him, and is protected by his planet body that he created. He had vast human strength and durability, regeneration, as well as immortality, nigh omnipotence, and manipulation of matter, energy, and his planet body. He could manipulate cosmic energy that he called quote-unquote light to shape and form into any physical construct. He's created multiple tendrils that were able to hold down a Ravager ship from taking off, raised several dozens of these massive stone spires, and formed a giant humanoid made of solid rocks. He destroyed like 100 sovereign ships in an instant. He showed Peter the eternity of the cosmic existence by tapping his forehead, put a tumor in Peter's mom's brain, and was about to commit genocide on a universal scale to create a new universe in his own image if the Guardians hadn't stopped him. However, he did mention that he needed the help of the power of a second celestial and able to do this. So he did have a limit to his power. But still incredibly powerful, just not as powerful as the next few. And at number 8, Surtur, the destroyer of Asgard and the bringer of Ragnarok. In his weakened state, he wasn't that powerful. Thor easily disposed of him. But with the eternal flame, my guy grew up to 4,000 meters tall, over 13,000 feet. He casually busted out of the royal palace and sent Hulk flying like hundreds of meters with just a little old flick. He was unfazed by being pierced in the chest by one of Hela's massive sword things. He had a massive fire sword. He had control over hellfire. And then he did it. He brought on Ragnarok and destroyed Asgard, an entire realm. He destroyed a planet, basically. And because of that feat, is why I put him above Ego. Ego is a planet. If Surtur was to go to his planet and do this, Ego would die. And not just destroyed Asgard, but he destroyed Hela, who we already talked about how powerful she was. He did presumably die from that, but I mean, he destroyed a realm. That means he's on this list for sure. And at number 7, Dormammu. He is the cosmic conqueror, the destroyer of worlds, a being of infinite power and endless hunger on a quest to invade every universe and bring all worlds into his dark dimension. He is a primordial life form that rules the dark dimension, wielding frighteningly tremendous supernatural power of apocalyptic portions. Because of his control over the dark dimension, he has complete control over its magic and the dimension itself, with the actual dimension warping to form his face and other body parts. His energy blast just eviscerated Doctor Strange. He can manifest these tentacle things and summon shards of matter. He had telekinesis, immense superhuman strength, and immortality. The guy has literally devoured entire worlds with the dark dimension. He only lost because Strange put him in an infinite time loop with the time stone that he couldn't escape from until he agreed to leave. That's it. Strange won by submitting him. He was forced and bored into submission. That's it. Honestly, he could be up a lot higher on this list. It's just a lack of feats that's keeping him so low. But he definitely deserves to be at least this high. And at number 6, The Scarlet Witch. Wanda has telekinesis, telepathy, reality warping, and her chaos magic. Her abilities were also amped by the Mind Stone significantly. With her telekinesis, she restrained a grenade explosion and then overpowered and nearly crushed Thanos. Kevin Feige said she had him on the ropes and could have killed him. With her telepathy, she brainwashed the entire town of Westview with new personalities, as well as telepathically killed Charles Xavier. With her reality warping, she changed Westview to be her own little world, changing her house in every episode, changing the decade, creating a new vision, and having twins. And with her chaos magic, she created a massive spell that covered a big chunk of Westview to trap Agatha and then easily overpowered Doctor Strange, Wong, and several dozens of other wizards and whatnot. She's also able to dream hop into her other variants of herself in the multiverse. She destroyed an Infinity Stone while holding back Thanos, who had the other five, and just annihilated the Illuminati, which consisted of Black Bolt, Captain Marvel, Captain Carter, and Mr. Fantastic. It was even stated that the Scarlet Witch had the power to rule the universe or to destroy it. You could argue Dormammu is above her, but the way I see it, Scarlet Witch is above Dormammu. At number 5, Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. The Mad Titan was very powerful, strong enough to easily overpower Hulk and Thor, survive being impaled in the chest by Stormbreaker, and he was a very skillful and mobile warrior, as he wielded this massive double-edged sword that was virtually indestructible. He was also a warlord, seeing that he wiped out half of the population on several planets and destroyed the Nova Corps as well. But once he gained all the 6 Infinity Stones with the Infinity Gauntlet, he gained universal power, as he had control over space, time, soul, power, reality, and missing one. Oh well. And with a snap of his fingers, he was able to just wipe out half of the population of the entire universe in an instant. Like that. Trillions of people just gone, dusted. And he did. He did just that at the end of Infinity War. He then destroyed the 6 stones with another snap of his fingers as well. And just being strong enough to wield the Infinity Gauntlet is a feat within itself, seeing, because we all saw what it did to the Hulk, right? The Mad Titan was very powerful. Even without the gauntlet, the guy would have been on this list regardless, but the Infinity Gauntlet puts him in the top 5 of this list. Yeah, he's at number 5. And at number 4, we have Eternity. Eternity is one of the 4 cosmic entities, along with infinity, death, and entropy, that came into existence at the dawn of time. It represents all the time in the universe and has an unlimited ability to manipulate time, space, matter, energy, and reality. Basically, the Infinity Stones. It lives in a dimension at the center of the universe. The first one to make it there and see eternity would be granted one wish, and after Gore wished to have his daughter back, Eternity easily resurrected her. Eternity is nigh omnipotent, nigh omniscient, and nigh omnipresent, and it has no deviance. There's only one eternity in the entire multiverse, and this is it, or him. Probably gender neutral, but whatever. And the same goes for the other 4 cosmic entities. We just haven't seen them yet. So, yeah, I'm putting Eternity at number 4. The guy has no feats or anything. We just know he's insanely powerful. Nothing more. But I couldn't put him any higher on this list because of that. At number 3, Arishem the Judge. He is the prime celestial who is credited for creating the first sun and bringing light to the universe. He then created deviants in order to aid in celestial births, but when they went rogue, he created the Eternals to deal with them and to do their original task. He's created countless planets, stars, and life forms, trillions of galaxies and whatnot. Upon being born, Celestials destroy the planet that was housing them. He has vast powers like teleportation, telepathy, telekinesis, flight, portal creation, gravity generation, illusion manipulation, weather manipulation, construct creation, nigh omnipotence, and nigh omniscience. This celestial is more powerful than Ego and is the most powerful celestial, theoretically, that's out there, since he is the prime celestial. Like I said, upon being born, they destroy the planet, and that's just them at birth. And he's created trillions and quadrillions and all the other aliens of life out there. Erishim, you could argue that eternity should be here, but I think Erishim deserves to be here. I think there's more to talk about with him and to say about him. At number 2, the Watcher. UA2, I probably missaid that, but that's what it looks like, is a part of a powerful race that watched over the multiverse from the nexus of all realities called the Watchers. They swore an oath to only watch and to never intervene. The universes he watched over was like an old story he was telling. But that oath went out the door when Infinity Ultron sensed him and busted into the Nexus. He was physically able to match Infinity Ultron in strength and durability, meaning he's physically more powerful than any Asgardian, Thanos, Captain Marvel, Hulk, etc. He also has flight, a regenerative healing factor, nigh omniscience and omnipotence, dimensional travel, time travel, invisibility, teleportation, size alteration, force field generation, telekinesis, energy projection, and matter manipulation. His power is nearly immeasurable, and the mere fact he was able to fight against Infinity Ultron is a testament to that. He and the other Watchers deserve this second place spot, but they just fall short of number 1. With number 1 being Infinity Ultron. The thing that differs between Infinity Ultron and Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet is this: ambition. Thanos only sought to wipe out half of the universe. Infinity Ultron wanted to wipe out all life. Period. The end. With just a Mind Stone, he wiped out all life on Earth and then effortlessly killed Thanos and gained the other 5 Infinity Stones. And with the power of all 6 of them, he destroyed the entire universe. He destroyed Asgard, Ego, killed Captain Marvel, the Nova Corps. And this presumably means he killed the Celestials and even Eternity, maybe. We didn't see this, but it presumably means that. He overpowered the Watcher once he sensed him and then busted through the nexus of all realities. He overpowered the Watcher and nearly killed him. And then it took a multiversal Avengers team consisting of Black Widow, Captain Carter, Gamora, Killmonger as Black Panther, T'Challa as Star-Lord, Thor, Supreme Strange, as well as Arnim Zola to beat him. That's how powerful he was, and he could have easily beaten them as well if some events didn't happen or if something went another way. He even presumably killed zombie Scarlet Witch, which was still Scarlet Witch, the power to rule or destroy the universe. Infinity Ultron is without a doubt the most powerful being the MCU has ever seen. But that's my list. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree or how you would change it up. I'm interested to see how y'all would have listed these people or these characters. And anyways, like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you thought and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I truly do appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.